Hi guys, we're here for some updates on our builds and such. First off, we have a mail call we just received from Peppy, Mr. Fred Henry at West Georgia Rods and Customs. We've received our shop card and a sticker, and I want to thank you, Fred, for that. Yours was mailed yesterday, and you should get it in a day or so. Again, if you want one of my shop cards, just shoot me an email with your address, and I will send it out to you. My address is right there, and it'll also be in the description. If you want a shop card, just let me know. So next, I'm doing an update on our Chris Cortell Classic Plastic 101 Celebration Group build. Before we get too deep into that, this is our Green Hornet car that I built a few years ago, but Chris just did one not long ago, and his version turned out really nice too. And it's a decent little kit if you can find it. It was originally intended to be a slot car, and for a while you could actually buy it as a slot car kit or as the model kit. The only difference was in the slot car kit you got a metal floor pan and the motor and the pickups, as opposed to the plastic pan on the bottom. But those are super rare, the ones that are already set up as a slot car. But you could buy the model kit and obviously add your own chassis and motor and pickup wipers on it and make it into a slot car. Secondly, as I've been cleaning up my basement, shop area, living room, whatever you want to call it, I've been trying to clean up everything, get it rearranged. This was, and I don't want to sit it down because I actually broke the front nose gear when I was cleaning it, so it's being glued right now. This was the model I built for the tribute build for Chris. It was like 5 years ago now, I guess. The egg-plane P-38 Lightning and the Putt-Putt Maru. It's an egg-plane, but they're still neat little kits. And I had fun building it. That video is in the channel if you want to go back and look at it. But yes, I broke the nose wheel off when I was cleaning it, so we're gonna have to. It's being glued and dried, so just gotta sit turtle for a little while. And that brings us to the actual Celebration Group build, which is the Atlantis PBY Catalina. We had just got it basically assembled. I've got to put on the propellers and the landing lights. Once I get everything done, we're ready for. I just put on the gloss coat about an hour, not even an hour, maybe a half hour ago. Shot it in a gloss coat for decals. This is the Atlantis repop of the ancient Rebel kit. This goes back to the early or mid 50s for the tooling, and it definitely shows its age, but it's fun. I decided and tried to build it as if I were a 10 or 12-year-old boy in the 50s, with the one exception. In honor of the way Chris liked to do things, we used craft acrylics for the paint. We used the This is English navy gray or blue that I use for it. The gray is a dolphin gray. I did prime it with white Tamiya primer before I started. So that was modern, but we used the dolphin gray and the craft acrylics for the gray paint. And then for the silver and the black and the gold and all that's all was done with the either the folk art or apple barrel, or there's like 3 or 4 different brands of craft acrylics that I have that we used on this one. And I used the tester's gloss tester's gloss coat to put the gloss on so we can do the decals. No fancy modern future or 2K lacquers or any 2K or polyurethanes or anything like that. Just straight up tester's gloss coat for it. And then once the decals are done, we'll do a flat coat on it and get the rest of the parts put on. And we're going to do a bit of a diorama base. It won't be quite this big, but I'm going to use I bought these floor tiles like 10 or 15 years ago. They were a box of 25 of them for like $15. And they're a nice, I don't know if the camera's picking it up well, but they're a nice kind of ocean gray-green color with the gray swirls and stuff through it. So we're going to use a piece of this for the base of the diorama. Then we'll put some clear and water effects on it because we want to have the plane basically just touching down on the water. So we'll add a little spray line behind it, and it'll look pretty cool, I think. We'll probably put it on. I've got a round glass piece. It's not quite as big as this floor tile. Floor tile is 12 by 12. It's probably a 9-inch wide piece. So the wing tips might hang off a little bit on the ends, but that's okay. So we're going to mount it, as I said, it's just landing on the water. It'll look pretty cool. So that's an update on our Classic Plastic 101 celebration build, hosted by Kenny May. I forgot to say that earlier in the video. You can check out his channel at Moonwalker Models, and we will be right back with one more update. Okay, this is actually just going to be a quick what's next kind of announcement, kind of cool deal I've got going on, and it kind of fits in with Pappy, Mr. Fred Hedry, and actually the car on his shop card. We are going to do what I think is going to be kind of a really cool build. We are starting with this kit. So a lot of you probably already know where we're going. It just so happens that the chassis for this kit is a perfect fit. Well, it will be a perfect fit. Is now a perfect fit for this kit. In fact, we've already started knocking things up. The wheelbase is exactly the same, which, considering they're both 67s GM cars, was not surprising, and from the same manufacturer, the same scale. So the basically the entire chassis, engine, and whatnot from the Chevelle will be going in the GTO. The only difference I had to make on the GTO was I cut out the core support that was in there so that we could use the core support that comes with the Chevelle kit, because it's much nicer than the original from the kit, from the GTO kit, which is part of the design for those. I call them showroom cars that the dealer would give to the kids when their mom and dad were buying the car. Then they would give them the plastic model already assembled, which was a lot of the AMT model kits came from. But I said it fits. The wheelbase is the same. The chassis fits in perfectly. In fact, I can even use the interior from the GTO will still fit inside so it's all going to be basically from the chassis down is going to be the Chevelle, and the body, all the body interior is all going to be the GTO. GTO does come with a Pro Stock style high-rise hood in addition to the stock hood. And if you get the gold, the GTO that's in a box with the gold car on the front, it has, which was the tooling parts added for the Vin Diesel Triple X movie GTO car. It actually has a plain hood without any hood scoop at all. So if you wanted to add, say, this hood scoop to it, you could. We are probably going to go with. I'll paint them both up, but we'll probably go with the stock hood on this model once we get it that far. But that's just kind of a sneak peek of what's coming on the bench next after the Catalina is finished, which will be in just a day or so. So I hope you like that, and we will see you on our next video.